Lara and Eric Trump are collectively worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and they aren't afraid to spend it. From luxurious vacations in South America to $27,000 per night hotel rooms, the Trumps truly live a lavish life. Eric and Lara Trump tied the knot in 2014 after 6 years together. The couple went all out for the occasion, exchanging vows under a cascade of crystals on the lawn of Mar-a-Lago. The ceremony was a family affair. Donald Trump Jr. was the best man, while Eric's sister Ivanka took on bridesmaid duties. Following the nuptials, the party moved indoors to the grand ballroom where Donald Trump celebrated his marriage to Melania in 2005. The space was decked out in gold and filled with 10,000 flowers. When your father is a real estate mogul, you can expect to live in the lap of luxury. Indeed, Eric Trump has taken full advantage of his dad's properties, like when he bought 3 luxury condos in New York City's Trump Park East and combined them into a massive penthouse overlooking Central Park. He and Lara initially split their time between this lavish Manhattan property and Briarcliff Manor, an exclusive village in Westchester County where single-family homes cost millions. However, the couple decided to leave it all behind and move to Florida in 2021, dropping $3.2 million on a mansion in Jupiter.
I am in Florida right now. I moved to Florida. I'm one of those New Yorkers that made the move down here.
The home features 2 master bedrooms, a safe room, a backyard with pool and grilling area, and plenty of luxury finishes. In an interview with the Conservator, Lara said this about their decision to move. "We moved to Florida for our kids. We wanted to be around people who would treat them and us well." Eric Trump's late mother Ivana was a competitive skier in her native Czech Republic and passed her love of the sport on to her 3 kids. As Ivanka wrote in a 2015 blog post, "We grew up on the slopes." Indeed, she and her brothers often vacationed in Aspen, Colorado, even taking lessons at the Powder Panda Ski School. Then, as they got older, they held on to that passion and decided to share it with their own families. Ivanka wrote in her blog post, "It's our tradition to do a ski trip together once a year. It's a tradition that she, Eric, and Don Jr. have upheld for decades, as the family hits the slopes together every spring break." Even their father's presidency couldn't dissuade them from traveling to their favorite resort town. In 2017, CBS News learned that they spent a whopping $330,000 on Secret Service in order to ensure their week-long ski vacation could still go ahead. Despite the controversy that stirred up, the group returned to Aspen in 2018 and have continued to do so to this day. However, this isn't to say that Eric and Lara don't also love some fun in the sun. Ahead of their nuptials, Lara told OK they were planning to honeymoon in Africa and France, although it seems their plans changed. 2 months later, the Daily Mail spotted them vacationing in Punta del Este, Uruguay, which the outlet noted has been nicknamed the East Hampton of South America. Donald Trump took an official state visit to the UK in 2019 and brought his eldest kids along. That included Eric and Lara. The siblings and their spouses stayed at the swanky Corinthia London Hotel in Westminster, where the biggest suite will run you about $27,800 a night. But they weren't just there to sightsee. The siblings were actually invited to join Donald and Melania at the state banquet, which took place at Buckingham Palace. Eric and Lara were among 170 exclusive guests who had the rare chance to mingle with then Prince Charles, as well as Prince William and Kate Middleton. Lara gushed about the experience on Instagram, writing, "Thank you to Her Majesty the Queen for a truly magical evening." Lara loves dressing up in eye-catching clothes, even when it doesn't quite go her way, like the time her sheer New Year's Eve getup was heavily criticized for being way too risque. Despite the mishaps, she's continued to experiment with fashion, gravitating towards high-end designers. When the Trumps visited Buckingham Palace, for example, she opted for a black and white floral dress from designer Monique Lhuillier, whose ready-to-wear dresses can retail for over $10,000 online. But it's not just her clothes that scream money. Lara's accessory game is also strong. She's been spotted with a $4,000 Louis Vuitton suitcase, $800 Christian Louboutin pumps, and a classic Celine micro luggage tote, which retails for $3,300. Even when she's dressed down, she's wearing lavish pieces such as Golden Goose sneakers, which can cost as much as $2,000. The truth about Eric's net worth is that it's completely tied to his father's. While he may be adamant that he's worked hard for his money, most of it comes from the job that his dad gave him as the executive vice president of the Trump Organization.
We have a great family dynamic. I think that's probably the most incredible thing about the Trump Organization. We really, really work well together.
He's also been able to amass impressive real estate at a bargain price by purchasing it from his father. Those two sources of income, combined with his other big money-making role as president of the Trump Winery in Charlottesville, Virginia, have earned Eric an estimated net worth of $300 million, according to the South China Morning Post. Lara's bank balance is also nothing to scoff at. While she was working as an associate producer for Inside Edition when she met Eric, she slowly moved into politics after her father-in-law was elected president. In 2017, Lara left Inside Edition for good and was hired as a senior consultant to work on Trump's political campaign. In 2020, she served as a campaign advisor for his re-election and, according to HuffPost, was paid about $15,000 per month. Following Donald Trump's loss, Fox News hired her as a paid contributor in March 2021, but she made an abrupt exit from the channel in December 2022. Even so, her political wins continued as she was elected co-chair of the Republican National Committee in 2024. According to Celebrity Net Worth, she's worth an estimated $10 million as of May 2024.